to push them on to greater things. So who's going to take this? It's Temin, their striker over the ball, and their captain and midfielder Ali. Both lining it up. Of course, they're without their regular striker today. I'll tell you why in a moment. It's the left boot to the captain. The wall does its job really nicely and blocks. And Al Masry have to start from inside their own half again. The Chiefs will counter again. They might get something on the breakaway here. For a brief moment, it looked possible. Tele getting back. Tetwa. Nice pass. Now Bradley Cross. Two former Arrows players operating wide on the left-hand side for Chiefs. Pulemodi is one of them. Cross goes on the overlap and gets the ball. Will he pull it back? In time, he does and wins a corner. That's good play. And Chiefs now with an attacking threat on the left-hand side, as Al Iraqi got back to make the block. So Al Masry have failed to score in 5 of their last 7 matches. Chiefs go in on this game on the back of 3 consecutive wins in all competitions and unbeaten in their last 9. They've lost only 2 matches all season of the 16 they've played, and they've kept 10 clean sheets in that time, which is an astonishing record. They've conceded in only 6 of their 16 matches this season. So defensively, very strong. Ball goes to the far post, and the referee gives a very soft free kick to the home side. Chiefs not taking advantage of their set-piece opportunity there. So Chiefs, just 2 goals conceded in their last 6. They started the season with 5 clean sheets in a row in all competitions. Very, very impressive record at the start of the season. Their first goals were conceded in match number 6 against Sekhukhune United in the league. And at one stage, they were really looking good. They are currently 3rd in the log, but they in the Betway Premiership, of course. But they've got games in hand over Sundowns, who are the log leaders. And that man, Dylan Solomons, who didn't play against Orbit College in the last game, Moniani. Nil in the first ever meeting between Al Masry and the mighty Amakhosi.
setse re beile letsogo mo phatleng go bona gore ke ba batla thubang segagane e bona kotsi fa a re bone setlhopha sa El Masry mo mangatlana kotsi ba ba ipelaetsa bona ba batla penalty fela motsereganya re play on ela raki ba romela mo lebokosong fela ba kgona go ntsha mo karong ya kotsi Chiefs ba ne ba tlhasela the Green Army ba ne ba tletse go tswa kwa letlhakoreng la molema the Green Army yo monanjo yo ke Nabel Koke mokatisi wa setlhopha sa El Masry e ba ipelaetsa monna wa ba tlhasela monna wa Algeria le monna wa Nigeria e ba ipelaetsa gore ke tie Bradley o itsere ka seatla fela motsereganyi o na sena le bone ya go tloswa le tatlhelo ya Kaizer Chiefs Julio Tabutlele do or die ya go tswa jalo ka Ox yo retologang ka botlhale Miguel Inacio a re bone Mduduzi fela a ba sa be kgwile mo taolong ya gagwe Mduduzi ba go tlhaselwa jaanong re romela le tele wa ko pele fela ya ba sia ya go retologa jalo ka Bradley batla jalo Pule Modi ba le bantse ba tlhalosa gore Pule Modi yona le kwa Golden Arrows kete ga e sa tlhole le ene Pule Modi yo fela setlhopha sa setegeniki ba na le tshepo le tumelo ba na le tshepo le tumelo mo lekabaneng le la Pule Modi Mduduzi Signalo to Ox taugetse mo monagareng mona yo wa Sboniseni Mthethwa taugetse mo monagareng mona yo wa Sboniseni Mthethwa tshamekiwa mona ba setlhopha sa Lethota Duva ga mmogo le setlhopha se sa gagwe sa tswa go fenya sa the Stellies a re bone El Raki tsa kgwele ba mo kapteining Ali wa lebela Ali a ba e gobisa fa fatshe kgwele tla kotsi goal kick Baka jalo goal kick ya go tloswa e tlhomiwa kwa morago go na le monna yo fa fatshe wa le ka go tlhoma bofofo gore ke mang le ka bona le lefafatshe la setlhopha sa El Masry me ke to wila le nosi go ne go tsena ope o mo kgopileng go na ope o mo kgomileng ba tsweletse go rotloetsa go ema nokeng ka meropa le dikoma balatedi ba setlhopha se sa El Masry
Okay, we do apologize for that break there. We are getting the feed as it is coming from Egypt. They're still goalless between Masry and Kaizer Chiefs midway into the first half. As soon as we get the pictures back, we'll go back to that game. But it gives us an opportunity to talk about the first 22, 23 minutes that we've seen here, Kinelwe. And Dr. Kumalo have been watching the game with me. Has it gone the way you expected?
It's very difficult at this point.
For who?
For both teams, to be honest. I think right now for me, Kaizer Chiefs, they look kind of tired. They are reactive, which is very worrisome for me because Masry now has come in numbers. They are out of counter-attacks. There's high intensity, but it looks like Kaizer Chiefs is found almost flat-footed almost all the time, and it's very scary.
Yeah, Doc was saying they're playing half ground on those first 20 minutes. But let's go back to our commentators then, OJ and Michael Abramson. We've got the pictures back from Egypt.
Chiefs baleka go tlhasela fela wa thula ka le bole ko morago ona fule mo dia ba ba fapela ka le bokoso Lari 6 ona go itlhatlhola moiso gape baleka go kokota a re bone Chalo Ox o batla Chalo Igutaro Samigala Chalo Kotoko baleka go ya ga tlhopha sa the Perfect Clamor Boys. The men of the Marasaj Mlungu aba romela mo le bokoso la 18 tlola mo di tlhogo tsa banna Hota mitsa Dylan Solomons o montsha gore na re no dira for Dylan kana karabo le ene kana karabo Dylan Solomons dilo dingwe ga o di solofere mo batsamekeng ba seemo se mo khaisano nya seemo se dilo dingwe tse di dirwang diphoso tse di dirwang ke batsameki romela le telele khileo fela Chiefs Tamotkele we ba motsele nya ga pule Bradley romela le telele ka kwa botlhaba jole bala Bradley Ox go bisa fafatse Ox amdi o dai amma fafatse mo tsere ga nyara ngai tlhomiwe tsere nyoka jalo gore wena mona wa ka kwana Kenya Rwanda mokesha ono go ga ngwana ka le kgetla ka jalo khele wa tlhomiwe fafatse ya go tlosa le phoso ga tla le tlhopha sa Masry ya go tlhomiwa le phoso ga tla le tlhopha sa Masry me motakare Chiefs ga bana ba tshameke ba motakareng ba khona go diraga ba le khakala Didoze o botsa ba bagolwane gore a re tsa ka tlhamalalo khotsa ke romela go ditlhogong tsa lona me ba bagolwane ke te ba re itlise ka kwano Dylan Solomons le kitsa mo dilong wa itse sa tswa go iragela kwa ntle me a bana botlhale a tswa fa thoko ga mathata le khakala le ene monna yo wa Dylan Solomons o itlhomile mdu wa da o itlhomile mdu tuze shabalala le ene o goletse mo tlhopheng ba romela kwa ditlhogong fela jaaka la itswe na e rometse mo ditlhogong fela jaaka la itswe fela Chiefs le ne le khorometsa mo le bakoso la ditene ka jalo khele wa ye go tloswa wena Michael Noshio khoromeditse jalo mteni Ali ya go tlhomiwa kwa morago tloswa jalo ke Abdel Baki Hamdi Airola kwa morago Chiefs Julio Dylan Amtu Adai Amtu Oabarwala Igotaro Riba mo ko tlengwa monna be le ga le beta bogala jalo ke Dylan Arbone Chiefs baleka go ya kwa pele khile arbone fela gore ba tla dira mo khilinya romela jalo ka kwana theko pule modi fela ba itsinga lo tsetse ka kwana tlemo treganye ada ito tsele khile ya Kaizer Chiefs re setse re letile setse re beile letsogo mo phatlhenga gore ke bomanga ba batla thubang segagane Loro Chiefs and Real Masry.
Well, it's a game that has threatened to come to life, but hasn't quite done so as yet. Looks like a pretty nasty challenge there from Hashem on Kele. Referee lets it go, though. So Chiefs are fighting hard in the midfield. Good work from Mtetwa. Now Modi. Kele. This is nice play. And now acres of space for Solomons, who's been really trying to impress. He's made some interesting runs already today. He's had a few shots at the goal, not any of them on target as yet. He really looks as if he's keen to prove a point to the coaching staff here. And the referee now forced to stop the game for the collision between Kele and Ali. Looks like the Chiefs players come off rather the worse for wear. The man from Kwamashu in KwaZulu-Natal jumping there. It looked like Ali jumped with an elbow raised. Have a look at it from this angle. Oh, it's an elbow. And he's almost leading with that elbow into the face of Kele. Referee doesn't seem to be taking any further action there, but he definitely jumped with the elbow raised. No protest, though, from the Chiefs players on the park, which is interesting. And the Green Army supporters, they're enjoying what they're seeing so far. Of course, there will be 2 Egyptian derbies in this group. Zek, the other Egyptian side. And that will happen in rounds 3 and 4 of the group stage of the competition. So Kele's got a bit of a headache. He needs to go to the side of the field before he can return to the field of play. Amazing what a packet of ice can do. But in the meantime, Chiefs have possession with a free kick. Now Shabalala, let's see what he can do this time. His last free kick was played into a dangerous area, and Chiefs were able to clear it. So let's see if they've worked on some set pieces. Shabalala chipping it into the box. Keeper comes, doesn't hold it. And the referee says play on. Dechmum, who's been a thorn in the side of Chiefs throughout this first half, trying to get his team moving upfield. That's good work there from Oxum Tetwa, and he's still strong on the ball and does beautifully. Kwinika. Now Igodaro. And the referees had to stop the game because keeper Hamdi has gone down. Not sure what happened. Must have been in that free kick incident when he came to try and punch the ball away. He's taken a little bit of a knock, and the referee let play continue for a while, but then decided that he needs to stop the game. It's been very stop-start this, full of injuries. A lot of the Al Masry players have been surrounding the referee about all his decisions. There you see the goalkeeper coming out into a whole host of players trying to grab the ball and then getting a bit of a collision. Almost the meat in the sandwich, involving Igodaro and 2 of his own teammates as well. And Coach Huki, not particularly happy. So there's been a lot of talk about the Chiefs coaching staff and various names that might be associated with the club in days to come. As things stand at the moment, it's Messrs. Kazi and Khalil who will be taking Chiefs forward. And the referee, I think, needs to sort it out. He's having a chat to Zita Kwinika. He's having a chat also to Hassan Ali. Just trying to get the game to flow a little bit more because it's been very stop-start so far. Al Masry qualifying by ending 4th in the Egyptian League last season. Qualified them for this competition. They're 5th currently in the league table behind some big names. Cleopatra leading the league table, but then Al Ahly, Zamalek and Pyramids are the sides above them in the league. They've got 20 points from 12 matches. But as I said, have scored in only 2 of their last 7. We've got an interesting history in this competition as well, which I'll tell you about in a moment. Drop ball given to Chiefs because they were the side in possession. Ele conceding the free kick. Dechmum conceding the throw-in, rather. Dechmum takes it. He's normally the recipient. Modi working really hard to try and win it back for Chiefs and has done well. Igodaro with a nice ball to the outside of the right boot. Now Dylan Solomons looks forward, sees nothing there. Goes back to Kwinika. Plays the ball into space, looking for a runner. Nobody read his intentions. And the ball back with the goalkeeper. So just to talk about that suspension, Mohsen, who is their leading striker with 5 goals this season, he's suspended because he got sent off in the match against Al Ittihad, the Libyan side against whom Al Masry qualified in the second round of qualifiers. They beat them 2-1 on aggregate. And there was a red card for the leading striker, Mohsen. So he's not able to start today. He's suspended, as indeed is Gaston Cirino for Chiefs, having collected 3 yellow cards in the group match, in the qualifying rounds of this competition. So he's suspended as well. Chiefs also without Lilepo and without a few other key players. They've traveled with a squad of 22. They've left 12 of their players behind. Yakam Al Masry, Hashem. Wide to Al Iraqi. Looks to try and beat Modi. Runs into a bit of traffic. Referee says play on. Almost breaks for Chiefs. Not quite. One back by Sobi. Al Sadawi plays a rather speculative ball into the center. Now Tele looking for some support. Trying to release his teammate. Referee says play on, and when there's no advantage to Chiefs, he blows for the free kick. Well, they're giving it their all, Chiefs. Really working hard. They're putting in a lot of work, especially defensively in this first half. And that's a foul committed by Al Sadawi, not allowing the Chiefs player to advance. Quinica goes all the way back to his goalkeeper, Peterson, who hasn't had too much to do. Bradley Cross has made 1 or 2 very, very timiest tackles, and very well-timed tackles, and 1 or 2 crucial blocks as well. And Peterson, taking a few chances inside his penalty area, but all's well that ends well. Now, Inacio Miguel, born in Torres Vedras in Angola. Chiefs threading the passes nicely. Here's Miguel again, has dual citizenship, Portuguese citizenship and Angolan citizenship. Dechmum, the danger man, winning a free kick against Modi. And Dechmum will go and say to the referee, look, this has happened to me repeatedly. I've been fouled throughout the first half and you're not doing anything about it. And the referee's saying to him, you calm down. I'm officiating the game. I didn't see that as a yellow card offense. I must say this Egyptian side are in the ear of the referee the whole time. They're complaining about every decision. Modi just shoving his man to the ground there. The referee saying free kick is enough penalty. Oh, there's a slip from the Al Masry player. Now Chiefs can look to attack. Ntetwa looks for support behind him. That's a blind pass that doesn't work. And now Hassan Ali's trying to set up the chance for Al Masry. But luckily for Chiefs, it doesn't run to Dechmum. Peterson have a little bit of time on the ball. So Coach Ben Khalil issuing instructions from his demarcated area. Pele, pull round. That's a rather cynical challenge. Chiefs will get the free kick. Pele signed from a Russian club, Fakel Zoronech, on a free. Zita Quinica. He's played for a number of clubs in his time. Chipper, Thunder Royal Zulu, Wits, Steadies. He's been around the block a bit. Man now well into his 30s. And again looks for the long ball. It's the 3rd time in this half that he's played the long ball forward. Looking for a runner. Shabalala does nicely, but the referee adjudges it to be a foul. And Al Masry will have the chance to clear their lines once more. Mugisha and Shabalala. Not sure what the referee saw there exactly, but he's given the free kick to the team in white shirts. So a bit stop-start this first half, trying to flow on occasions. There have been some good moves from both teams, but he's been punctuated with injuries. Al Sadawi. Now Sobi. Slowing down the play, just looking for options, trying to draw Chiefs out. Igodaro. He's been sitting a little bit deeper in a lot of the attacks, but now he's the man most advanced, or at least was briefly. One back, though, by Mugisha. The Rwandan. That's a nice pass up towards the Nigerian Iduo. Finds support from his captain, who's roving in the midfield, all over the place. Now Dechmum playing it forward. Pulemodi thought about the pass back to the goalkeeper, decided against it. 5 minutes to go until half-time. Is there going to be a breakthrough goal in this first half? At the moment, it's looking unlikely. The score remains 0-0 in the first ever meeting between these sides.
Bafela pelo le bone bala tedi ba ka kwano. Ba ipotsa dipotso tsa gore no eta go rogalenga. Fela ba tsweletse ka meropa. Go bontsha jalo ke monokeng, go bontsha jalo thotloetso. Simula jalo ko morago Sobi. Magadi le suma mararo. Samigala jalo mo tsileng ya le ka wana la El Sadawi. Haman Ejua. Banka ya Chiefs baba sa itumele seo. Wa go Khalima Motserganye. Khalima jalo mo katisi wa stopa sa Kaizer Chiefs. Mona wa kwa Tunisia Khalil Ben Youssef. Na dirisa bukete jwa mele wena fela kete ga mo dira sepetata jalo ke ga mo kho banka ya Chiefs ba ne ba lwa ba lo lantlayo bana ba ka kwana ke nya Liberia Tauretse Motserganye Sobi ba go le ka go isemolla jalo kwa thaselong kwa mojeng wa Afrika wa Kaizer Chiefs wa tshireletso kwa thaselong wa molema wa bone wa thaselo Motserganye o itshela moruti yo tsididi ba ne ba batla penalty fela re bone Chiefs ba kgabaganya ka tseleng tse ntšha ba rona mona Motserganye re phoso wa go isetšha Motserganye o ntsha karata e serolwana Motserganye gona go lemotsa jalo Motserganye gore Ashley Dupree na ba ralala Ash ya go pula mo motshamekong kgatlhanong jalo mo motshamekong wa tlhotlhano kgatlhanong le Simba o ne a fotsa kgwele le nosi mona yo Ashley Dupree me seo se ke se mo matata ke ka mona sa tlhola tlhagela mo metshamekong e le mentsi ya Kaizer Chiefs go tlogeng fao mme ke tijanong ke ba reka le re la seeng redeemed himself o siame jaanong Mogisha monna wa ka kwa nageng ya Rwanda wa mogela jalo karata wa mogetse jalo karata e serolwana a re bone jalo Migwe romela go thoko ba go simolla go tlhasela kwa matlhakoreng Chiefs a ba etsa ba romela go pele kgwele yao a re bone Igotaro ba ba mo dirisa diphoso ba mo pateletsa gore a ntshetse kgwele o ka kwa ntle ba go e tlotsa le tatlhelo ke o mona mo tshwantsho sa gago ke ene wa mogetseng karate e serolwana mona yo wa Mogisha Thabo Qele o leka go ba rwala Thibotage a re bone Thabo ba tsholetsa kgwele tsena ka le ba go tshola ditene fela a ba tswa mo dikoteng a iatarela Gamdi kgwele ba go simolla jalo tlhaselo Ali ba go simolla jalo tlhaselo go tswa mo molagareng a setlhopha se sa Masry fela Chiefs ba kgona go sireletsa ka bonako Pule Mori re le ka re go lebega ekete go pitlagane gone o phuthuloga ratile go e tshamekela kwa morago batshameki ba Chiefs jaaka bona motshwara dino a sega ditsebe a re bona re batla dirang go ya kwa pele Chiefs tshamekela jalo mo tseleng ya Mlungu o a lebelela Bradley a romela kgona go e bona o le fa gore na batla jalo le ka wana la Ashley Dupree tseke di tswemetse tsele mebedi mo metsotsenya se mmuso le somamane le botlhano jaaka bona boroto ba re bontsha gore ke metsotso le mebedi e re filweng a
Additional time 2 minutes. الوقت المحتسب بدلا من الضائع دقيقتين.
كوانا لا عيش الفري كلا نمو مبالينيا رستيلس do or die matirganyar le fole wana emelela tumelo ga go podisitse emelela mtu bayro bay ba jalomo prim kampanya le pala motile nyaka el raki yo wana jalomo kapten wa ga ali rumela ko pele fela tatelo kia stropa sa Kaizer Chiefs tatelo kia Kaizer Chiefs ya otro swachalo ke Bradley cross ken auto sankhilio Ali Hassan signaloto munayo el raki motile nyaka likawana la igotaro bana bana babidi baba tonko na Kenya Nigeria yomunga likafukula el Masry juo karate surlona etola chalo Miguel hona le matsamiki yo itatela ndi karata ke munayo wa Miguel wa mugala karate surlona juo lena wa mugala karate surlona me wa muitsi bonti jona ko le kawana le bonti jona ko onna ko kwante kanta ya go belo toko fa itsi karate kibidu ke karate surlona Miguel onnete ke gore na ko fedile me reta sotsora khotsa ra feleletsa e ntse go emitso motsameko go ntshiwa jalo di karata monna wa Rwanda monna wa Angola khamogole monna wa Nigeria ele bone ba makala njalo di karata ha re bone Chiefs mo metsotsenya bofelo mo dira dibilene wa tsena go le godimong thula ka tlhogo khile bokoa ba ya tarela kwa morago gamdi wa go emisa gontse fela jalo motsereganya ba ka jalo gore motshameko ya go ikhutsa motshameko ya go ikhutsa ba tshwara dino motaka re bana ba sa dire thata jalo mo letsatsing la gompieno kgotsa mo karolong ya ntlha ya motshameko ba ne ba ni le fale mo re boneng jalo ditlhaselo le fa di se bokete jalo di se matshosetsi jalo noto el Masry e le noto Kaizer Chiefs ba tswa jalo mo lebaleng ba go bua ba tsotlakanya metsotso e le sumamane le botlhano ya bofelo pule modi yo gore leng ka re ga fomo yana le mo go yone kwa Golden Arrows le fana gore ga mo Kaizer Chiefs ke te motshameko mongwe le mongwe e ntse wela go tlase motho re fetsa ka tseleng tseng jalo nna le wena re kopana gape bo karolo jo bedi motshameko no Chiefs no el Masry
powered by Hollywood Bets.
Magic happens when good things come together. Like Saturdays in your squad. Banter and laughter. Simba and KFC. When Santi's favorite chips and KFC's original recipe come together, it just tastes amazing. Why? Because it roars with finger-licking good flavor.
Hollywood Bets welcomes you to a wonderful world packed with endless entertainment. Count your lucky stars and pick those cherries with super sizzling hot Hollywood Bets. There are over 200 habanero games to choose from, plus 3 million rand up for grabs with the Spinner Zonke jackpot race. Bet 2 rand or more and join in every Wednesday, Friday and Saturday from 8:30 p.m. for excitement that never ends. Hollywood Bets Spinner Zonke. Enjoy playing responsibly.
What's the reason we go? You could get up to 100% off on flights. Book on our banking app. Go beyond with Absa Rewards Travel. Your story matters.
Color your plates with Who is back, celebrating the stirrings with an even bigger, bolder, more flavorful season. It's the return of 6 All-Stars, but they won't be cooking alone. They'll be teaming up with you for a share of 800,000 Rand in prizes. To enter, record yourself creating a colorful meal with Who. Explain why you would be the stirring of them all. WhatsApp your video to 0687595533 for your chance to pair up with your favorite All-Star for the title of Mzansi's Stirring Duo.
Albany has a new fresh look and improved recipe for a fresher taste. Fresh just got tastier. Albany, feel the freshness.
Well, it is goalless then at the break in Suez between Masry and Kaizer Chiefs. We did speak with the analyst before the games that maybe a good result for Chiefs can be a draw, but I'm not sure if they'll be happy with the first 45 minutes that we've seen so far. It's been kind of a stop-start kind of game, and I've been watching it with Kinelwe and Doc Kumalo. What have you made of for the first half?
Like I said, Tabiso, for me, it was a very slow start, especially for Kaizer Chiefs. Masry, you see that they came game plan, we are attacking from the get-go. However, they also struggled because Kifilore, there's not really a connection between the different lines. Masry right now, they're holding the ball from the back and they're playing it to the target man up front, which are already happy. We find Kaizer Chiefs, they find themselves flat-footed a lot, which is why I think also we just saw now Miguel getting a yellow card because they always following, they always zonal marking, even in very crucial areas for me, which I think is very, it's not make sure because when you get to the final line of defense, you should be man marking. But I think also maybe there's a bit of, I could say, a misunderstanding in who's supposed to play where because you find that Likele, you find Tetra overloading the defense, but now they just roaming around the area, not necessarily marking anyone. We've seen a lot of situations where Masry striker, 1 or 2 in the final third, and then there's about 6 players like Kaizer Chiefs, but not being able to win the ball.
Well, let's take a look at that first chance of Masry, that striker that Doc highlighted before the game, the Nigerian Kingsley Eduo. It's been a nuisance, Doc. Has been very busy there, giving the defense a tough time.
Yeah, it's been a busy evening for Kaizer Chiefs there, and half chances for Masry. But now then you look at how Kaizer Chiefs is defending. Like I spoke about the moments of play, because which is defense, attack, and transition. Firstly, let's package Kaizer Chiefs.
Yeah,
loss of shape. So we're not too sure who is playing where. Next thing you find, Kyle is there. Secondly, the supply. How do you have 2 strikers then you don't use their capability? I haven't seen Agbo. I haven't seen Dupree. Yeah. Because Dupree once, he fetched the ball and he ran through the Ilontuza traffic. And he got a foul. Now let's look at the defensive part of it. Now, there's key factors Sisbega must defend. When we attack, that's the first phase. Now, we need to be wary of the second phase, must lose the ball to defend. We need to be compact because now, in Masry, they don't play wing, they come straight. Now, they find it defense in disarray and they are not set.
Yeah.
So that is something that Kaizer Chiefs needs.
And this was another chance that you wanted to talk about of Solomon's. Yeah, you felt that he could have maybe used the man on the right?
Probably he should have, because entry in the box, it's better off than a chance a half. Yes, you can be lethal and utatini ushine ndugu lapana, but I
think also they are rushing. They try to force situations and make it happen. But I think, like I mentioned, the disconnection between the different lines from defense, there's nothing happened really in the midfield. then you find themselves there in the attack, and they just.
Here's another chance. Here's the man you were talking about, Kinele, before the game. The number 30 there at Dachmoum has been a live wire for Al-Masry.
And Tabi, so if we could just freeze that moment, Ilan, you just check what I just mentioned. Now, Chiefs find themselves with too many men in the goal there in that area, and Al-Masry, they just come and they don't even scan Kaizer Chiefs right now in this moment, which is very scary because. Or just like the incident that happened earlier on with the number 20, the one from Nigeria. If he could play a long ball, just drop it back for the person that's coming on, nobody's going to be able to pick up. Look at Umteto, his positioning. He doesn't even see what's happening around him. And this is very scary. And also, I think even more frustrating for goalkeeper because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of my players who are unable to win the ball. And anything can happen. I mean, we saw what happened last night with one of the matches where there was you tried to score the ball, and I just touched it, and it's a deflection. It's an own goal. So this is one of the things that could possibly happen because of how they are structured right now, Kaizer Chiefs.
Yeah, another interesting point that Doc picked up was the set pieces. He spoke about them before the game. And Doc, you wanted to highlight how Chiefs were taking their free kicks. What are you not happy with here?
What I'm not happy with is a dead ball situation. We look at the physical capacity in Al-Masry. Now, there, again, the second one, high ball, it's dead. So there's no surprising element. I mean, you know, you're playing North African teams. In dead ball situation, in Toidala Pezulu, aerial balls, they'll beat you because of the physique. Now, we needed probably to have a look at how do they set up themselves, but defend the free kick. Come up with a surprising element. You know, maybe push forward and one drops, we lay, then we start to hit. But when you play the long ball, I mean, goalkeeper's area, number one. Number two, aerial ball, we can't match them. Secondly, the deliver of the pass, it's not driven, it's a floater. How then do you get a heady ball, a tolly punch? You can't. So you need to understand, because if you play the ball and you expect Miguel or Kinita to hit the ball, it must be driven in order for them to redirect it.
Okay, interesting there. They're taking the free kicks the same way against a very physical team in Al-Masry. We're going to take a look at the two benches and see what maybe we can expect how Chiefs can change things in the second half. And I want to find out from them who'll be the happier of the two teams here with 0-0 at the break. Let's take a quick break and we'll be back after this.
When tragedy strikes and your community gathers from far and wide at your home to help with the cooking, wash the blankets, and pull out the mattresses, Sikona, we are here.
We are here when Umalume chooses the right animal to honor a full life, ensuring its sacrifice is intentional and dignified. For over 30 years, we've been part of your community for every life well lived, from the night vigil right through to the unveiling, showing through our actions. Sikona, we are here.
As members of your community, we know that every contribution goes a long way in ensuring the success of a funeral, which is why the clientele funeral plans are here for you, with up to 500,000 rand family cover.
When the important calls to family and friends need to be made and the groceries to feed them need to be bought, Sikona. SMS Sikona to 42931 and we'll call you back. SMS now.
When planning a funeral, every ritual is important, which is why there's no delay, so that you and yours can focus on what's most important, giving loved ones a dignified send-off together.
I would recommend Clientele. Excellent service. Within 24 hours, the money was in my account.
Clientele helped me all the way, and there was even enough money left to help the close family members. Clientele is like family.
The claims process was very fast and efficient, and my brother's burial was dignified. Clientele is the name you can trust.
It takes a community to lay someone to rest. Play your part. SMS today, and we'll be there for you and yours when you need us.
Get peace of mind with a Clientele funeral plan, Sikona, for our communities since 1992. SMS Sikona to 42931, and we'll call you back. SMS now.
Alfonso, always take things smooth and slow.
Smooth and slow, smooth and slow.
Ever since that parrot got here, Zone 4 has changed. Gas is not gas anymore.
Ah, so smooth, my hands.
This bed is a bad influence.
No, my
Now they speak funny.
2 quarters for me and my baby gear.
They don't even use cups. Always shirtless.
For the 6-pack, my attitude.
Taxi drivers have changed. Dance moves have changed.
Oh.
Even me, I've changed. But this parrot made us all smooth. And nothing is smoother than Tropica.
Tropica meets country fresh with the all-new blueberry cheesecake flavor. Try it now.
Powered by Hollywood Bets.
To pray for now.
It is goalless in Suez. Then let's take a look at the benches and the lineups. Do Al Masry need to do anything so far? Where do you think the changes can come from?
To be honest with you, Tabiso, what we just spoke about now, we don't think there's much that they can do. Perhaps the only thing they could do is the coach in the situation will tell the players, especially when they get into the final third, Kaizer Chiefs, which is their defensive area. Let's be more aggressive. Let's be composed. And let's make it happen, because we've seen them falling, dripping, you know. But also, I think they are not as aggressive enough, also because Kaizer Chiefs overload their defenses so much. But if there is a player from the bench that could come in who is going, you know, like your Vilakazi, who's going to, then let's rather bring someone who's there, who's going to be very aggressive in taking the opportunities one-on-one and getting their bodies at the back of the defense.
We're going to take a look at the bench of Kaizer Chiefs quickly, Doc. For you, what do they do? Dupree has been absent in that first half like you expected.
Unfortunately, there was no supply for him, so you can't falter him. But I can use Dupree on the wing because of his speed, and he can keep the width in order for us to gain the width. And then Sitole Umonyana, probably bringing him on the right, and then double the right side. Monyana and Solomon. Solomon play in front of Monyana. So you load the right-hand side and give Dupree the chance on the left-hand side. So sacrifice Modi and Vilakazi because they're not doing anything at the moment.
Are you worried about Miguel having a yellow card?
Yeah, because, I mean, that's the reason why also I'm introducing Ulontuza, Monyane, you know. But then, again,
yeah, and it's been stops that kind of a game, just like you expect when you play against Egyptians.
Yeah. So there's also one player there that I think can be lethal for Kaizer Chiefs. It must be Galomchalolo or Mabue in the middle of the park.
Yes.
Because there's no supply, there's no combinational play. Aguna Muntopete string where Oshaikita Otimatota. This is how we do it. The DNA. Sidala on the strength of Al Masry. You know, if you look at Kaizer Chiefs, the last 2 games, it's totally different from this one.
Let's go back then to Suez for the second half. Goalless at halftime between Al Masry and Kaizer Chiefs.
Thanks so much, Tabiso. Indeed, totally agree with what the analysts were saying at halftime, and Dokumala's last comment about Ashley Dupree being virtually invisible. He's getting no supply at all. I don't think I mentioned him more than once in that first half. So let's see if Chiefs do ring the changes. No obvious changes as of now, but we'll wait and see what they try and do, because they do have Ignacio Miguel on a yellow card as well, which could potentially be problematic as the game continues. 0-0. It's been a game in fits and starts. It's the Egyptian side, Al Masry, playing from right to left in the white with green, and Chiefs in their chain strip of this grey color with yellow trim. Quite an elegant looking strip that they are playing in. Mtetwa immediately getting involved, but possession conceded. And here's Al Sadawi playing in that left back position. Dylan Solomons getting in the way, just pumping the ball up the park, or trying to at least. And now there's plenty of space for Al Iraqi on that right-hand side, whipping the ball into the area. Great save from Peterson. Ball still alive. Kele needs to get rid of this quickly, and he does do so just in the nick of time. But that was excellent goalkeeping, good reactive stuff from the Chiefs captain. Diving full length to his left-hand side. That ball could have sneaked into that far side upright. And Peterson makes a very fine save. He's a quality goalkeeper, and he proved his worth there. Al Sadawi. Now Dechmum operating on the left-hand side at the moment, even though he's done most of his damage on the right. Hamada. Suddenly Chiefs sitting back a little bit more, giving the Egyptian side a lot of time on the ball, and the throw-in one off Bradley Cross on that far side. So Chiefs, as I say, have kept a whole lot of clean sheets this season, 10 in 16 matches in all competitions. So they're very good defensively in that regard. Conceded in only 6 of their 16 matches. That's only 38% of their matches they've played this season have they conceded in. 62% of matches they've kept clean sheets. So if that continues, they'll go away from Egypt with at least a point. Dechmoum, El Sadawi. Nice linking play, but they need to defend here. And eventually El Sadawi overruns the ball. Ighodaro playing deep. He's supposed to be up the park, but he's helping the defense now. And Chiefs don't have a man upfield, so as a result, the ball will come straight back. Hashem. And they'll just slow down the play. Here's Mugisha. El Sadawi. Block made by Dupria, who's doing more work defensively than attackingly at this stage in the game. Chiefs having to absorb quite a bit of pressure early on in the second half. I wonder if the coaching staff are going to ring some of those changes. Already contemplating possible changes. They've got a decent bench. A couple of players have returned from injury, like Musimango and Marco on that bench as well. But De Silva, he scored 4 goals this season. Fundo Vilagazi, he scored in the last match, in the last round rather. So let's see what the coaching staff decide to do. Aleraki putting his boot through the ball. Now Dechmoum popping up in the center of the park. He's dangerous, this man. Takes the shot. Again, Peterson diving full length, not trusting the bounce on the pitch. And then the dummy, which didn't quite work because I think the Egyptian player thought he had a teammate behind him and he didn't. Now Ashley Dupria with a nice ball upfield. There are possibilities here. Ighodaro's gone on a good run. And now he needs to send the ball wide to Modi. He couldn't quite find the right pass. And the referee, I think, is going to bring them back for an offside decision. That was a bit better from Chiefs. They broke quickly. Here you see Ighodaro gets the ball, but clearly in an offside position when he touches it now. And that's when the flag goes up from the Liberian near side assistant. Bradley Cross trying to stop the ball from coming in. Now Dechmoum getting himself into a dangerous position. He might pull the trigger here. Good defending. And Tetwa getting in the way, but El Sadawi picking up the loose pieces. Quinika trying to make the block. It's all Al Masry, and now they appeal for a handball. The referee absolutely not interested. And now Chiefs might be able to get something on the break here. Only 2 men upfield, and the pass is an errant one. Well, certainly a fair bit of action at the start of the second half. Chiefs trying to do something on the break, and Al Masry are trying to dictate. They've obviously had a bit of a tongue lashing from their Tunisian coach, and they're much more on the front foot early on in the second half. Temine, man who scored 2 goals and assisted 1 this season in all competitions. And he takes the throw. Dechmoum tries the back heel, doesn't work this time, and he becomes a bit frustrated. A lot of pressure while Bradley Cross is trying to take his hand away. It's certainly not hand to ball. Look at this. He tucks his hand behind his back, or his arm behind his back. There's no way that's a penalty. The referee has that absolutely spot on. So under pressure, this Liberian referee, Washington and Dolo. He's given a lot of free kicks now, the ball running out of play. So just an interesting stat that I picked up when I was doing my research for this game. Al Masry, their bogey side, believe it or not, is RS Berkane, the Moroccan side, who have done really well in this competition of late. The last 2 occasions that Masry have qualified for this competition, they've been eliminated by Berkane on both occasions. In 2022, they lost on away goals in the quarterfinal, and in 2020, they lost 3-2 in the quarterfinals to RS Berkane as well. Interesting enough, they were in the same group as Berkane in 2018, and they ended second in the group behind Berkane, having beaten them at home and drawn away before going on to lose on aggregate in the semi-finals to AS Vita Club from the DRC by 4-0. So RS Berkane is a side that have been paired with them on a number of occasions in this competition. They've never played against Chiefs before. This is a first meeting between the sides. Yes, Tele, looking at his options, decides not to go forward. Miguel. Chiefs in a bit of space. You can see a lot of man marking here from the Egyptian side. They're just sticking man to man and denying Chiefs space. Quinika, as a result, goes all the way back to his goalkeeper. He's been fairly active at the start of the second half. He's had to make 2 good saves already. Nice flick on there from the tall Igodaro. Now Modi, can he get in? It's good work from Aleraki. Defended that one nicely. Chiefs pressing a little bit more, but not pressing in unison. It's individual players who are pressing here, so they're leaving gaps in the midfield. Here's Mtetwa. Tele. This looks a little bit better. And now Solomons. It's touch from Solomons. Does well to win the ball back again, but concedes a throw-in. So Al Masry coming closest to scoring at the start of the second half. A very fine save from Peterson. Chiefs, of course, qualifying for this competition by virtue of winning the Nedbank Cup last year, which was also the last match that Given Masimango played for Chiefs. He's been out with a long-term injury. He's on the bench today. We might see him. He's been included in the squad, giving them a bit of a fillip because they are missing a whole lot of players like Lilepo and Cirino, who's suspended. Lilepo injured, a few others injured as well. They brought only a squad of 22 to Egypt. Big test to come next week for Chiefs at home to Zamalek. And then they'll have their away game and home game against Escol before facing the 2 Egyptian sides in the reverse fixtures right at the end of the campaign. This man Dechmoum has been very, very good. He's 26 years of age. He's scored 5 goals and has 2 assists this season already. And he scored the opener in the last round against Al Ittihad, the Libyan side, who were beaten 2-1 by Al Masry to qualify. Hamam was the other man who scored, and Mohsen, their leading scorer, was sent off in that game, which is why he is ineligible to play today. Igodaro. Tele. Cross, wanting the ball. Tele does well in the end, actually, or did well. The intention was good to try and find Pulemodi on that far side, but he can't find him. The pass is slightly hit in front of him. And this is a characteristic of matches in the north of Africa when the phones are turned on and the lights to create an atmosphere. It's not the biggest crowd in the world, but it certainly is a very vociferous crowd. And they love their football up here in Suez. Of course, this is a club that has had a lot of bad fortune. The Port Said disaster, which saw 74 of their fans die 13 years ago in a clash with Al Ahly fans. And their stadium was demolished. That's a very dark day in the history of this club. But they've moved on from there, and they've played a lot in CAF competitions, particularly this Confed Cup. It's their 6th appearance in this competition in the last 8 seasons. And here's Dechmoum pulling a lot of strings in that midfield, linking with Mugisha. So is the stalemate going to be ended? Is there a way through for either side just to open the game up a bit? Because whichever side concedes, they're going to have to chase the game. Just from a neutral point of view, it might be good to get a goal just to open things up a little bit. 10 minutes played second half. We've had quite a lot of action in the second half, a lot more goal-mouth action than we had in the first half, but it remains goalless. OJ, do you sense a goal is coming or not?
Africa borra fela chaka kwa khapeta basibaletetsen no lerona fela chalo seterlitile go bona gore a motshameko tla bona no taba go pola mo motshameko go fitileng ka pasa the States ba no tsemo motsuwa mo felo a re bone El Masry sireletsa kwa mara go chip tshameka la chalo mo tseleng ya Bradley wale bela Bradley cross le ka go tsena mo gare ga banna fela mo tsela ya re khala mo tshameka sentle wena Abderrahim Dechmoum sala miletse tshimologo ya motshameko mo na yo mona mo tshwantsong sa gago mo ka tshetse wa stopper se la bel koke mo ka tshetse wa stopper se sa Al Masry ga se ba tsamaye ba ne ditshimega tsa lega ga se ba tsamaye ba fegeng lega me la bofelo fa Chiefs ba ne ba fenya lega ka bala dingwaga di kana le sobele bo ngwe tse di fitileng la bala dingwaga di kana le sobele bo ngwe tse di fitileng la bofelo fa ba ne ba fenya lega Kaizer Chiefs ha re bone tshalo le ka la hamara tshamekela tshalo mo tseleng ya tshamekela tshalo mo tseleng ya le ka wana le la ora ke kotsi le kwele Nacho o le ka go ikuela fela mo tsereganye khana lene a re bone ka mo tsamai ketlileng ba tsaba romela ka go phola gore ga rena VAR mo metshamekong ye mo tsereganye a re Brandon Peterson ile wa shipie kwa Molorenga ke gore le kare re letile ma Afrika Borwa ba letile e repeta ba letile ya go tlhomiwa phile wa le penalty le ka wana ka kwa Algeria ke bona tsere phile maitlomo mai kaile le go tsa penalty eo le ka wana la temin ona e rometse El Sawadi fela ba fetola jalo ke dikitile ka re monna yo wa ka kwa Algeria ke no tla tsanke ke monna ka kwa Rwanda ke re thumang khilio le ka wana la ka kwa na genya Rwanda Mogesha ke na go tsang khilio tshamekile la Afrika Borwa mo metshamekong ya go qualify metshameko ya sejana tsa lefatshe le ka wana la Mogesha ba itlhomile tsolofelo ke gore ba tla bona no ba tshameke ba latedi ba le Green Army ba itlhomile khileo le bagana le Brandon Peterson a re bona gore tla dira ka tseleng tsa motsereganye a raiye wa ya kwa go yone Mogesha or not Kela ne teke orona ile kwa go yone Brandon Peterson ya bone phapasela dipolaga tsa botala le bosweu ya bone phapasela dipolaga tsa bosweu
Goal for El Masry SC scored by player number 20 Kingsley. هدف لصالح فريق المصري أحرزه اللاعب رقم 20 كينغسلي.
وانا نغا كتا وانا سكفاسا المازري نارو كايزر تشيفز وكايت سيغو سنيني فيلا برندن بيترسون نينا لما أطلب خليو ويبا مدتو ينجي كوانا لي لا نغايا رواندا Afrika Borwa jana ngitlo kona le namane tuna ya tiro batile kona le namane tuna ya tiro Afrika Borwa Kaizer Chiefs Arbone ba simula jalo ko morago jano fa kona jana ke yone nako ya gore ba katisi jano ba simule go naganela kwa botenteng tshwanetse go simula go naganela kwa botenteng lebella ba ile gore ga ba dire sentle ga jana go dira diphetogo fa ile gore go a tlhokagala mme le gone fa go sa tlhokagale ba ka tswela ka bona le bone ba ba tshepang jalo gore ba ka ba direla tiro awe trauma pele ile sekutlo witumile kwa pele inashio witumile kwa pele inashio taboteleke na tumile mkhilio Chabotele Kena Tremile Kili, the man of the Marasa, Chermano Tadira, Arumela Fela Kili, Timu, Fetamuru Savannah. About to give up, put a Commodore Chiefs, whatever Tadira Mokilinio. Hana Sireleta, Putsibuka Kamona Kuli Sireleta Chiefs. Tabo Kele. Warumela Tabo. Abasai Tabo. Buying up a Togol and a Putagor and Arisen Kirkasidira fighting total. Arbone, Pikawanala El Sawade. Hawks Mtetra. Senamarabana Hawks. Avarumela Hawks. Arbone Tutusi. Gets up and Aquala. Keep on over offside. Not offside. But about 2 Ville Commodore Chiefs. Fela Watoga se Robert Antebeti. Avram Grant. Wakakwa Alger, Wakakwa Liberia. Akajala Warele Tantebeti. Hello, Yagoto Sokomara Hogestopasa. El Masry. Tantebeti wena. Chiefs, Madina di Peturo. Velebai, Kamole Villaga Zibarotena. Mais Kibila Ashley Kamole Poulet Modi. Honti Fela Jalo Poulet Modi. Sur le fait la rebalate des Chiefs, Madoumala de Peturo. Obrigado. Arbona Varota di Peturo di Feng Momosamukongo. Arbone Varota di Peturo di Feng Momosamukongo. Likawana de Lamfundo Filagazi. Obrigado. Samikile Metsameko, Timia ya Metsameko ya Afcon. Maybe Leo Chalo kwa Metsameko Nyasi Chana Salfate. Obrigado. Arbone Hawks. Wirumela Chalo Musile Nyaga Velevai.
Substitution for Kaizer Chiefs FC.
Arbone Chalo Fundo. Arbone Baita
Player number 17, Isanili Villapai N.
Look at this control. Goes outside, then inside. A real Vulavala there, and then putting it into the corner beautifully. Pinpoint precision, and Chiefs are level. It is 1-1, and that is an absolutely fantastic response. Penalty. Dylan Solomon's goal in the rest of the season doesn't get many. Vindicating his selection. He's picked as a right back who gets forward on occasion, but boy, he's got forward a lot in this game. And now it's all to play for, 1-1. How do Al Masry respond? Because they've been the better side throughout the second half. They went ahead, applied pressure, won the penalty, converted the penalty really well by Mugisha. Man who scored against Bafana Bafana in November of 2023 for his country, Rwanda, scored against the South African team in November of 2025. But that's all been put to bed now with an excellent effort from Dylan Solomons, who's the toast of Suez as far as Chiefs players are concerned. So this has certainly livened up the game. I said it needs a goal or two just to spice it up, and this will certainly spice it up. Now let's have a look at this here early on. That was the challenge, and the referee said play on, and Chiefs scored at the other end. But now they could have some danger to see off. Yeah, that's a lovely ball, lovely turn. Here's the Nigerian trying to get his shot in, Eduo. And in the end, there were enough bodies in the way just to take the deflection, take the sting out of the shot, and the save made by Peterson. So with a bit of air in the wings, so to speak, and a boost for the Chiefs players, how do they respond to that? Vilagazi. The change, of course, the double change made. Vilagazi and Velibai coming on, and virtually immediately thereafter, Chiefs scoring, and Vilagazi's part in that goal, he'll be credited with the assist. And Tetwa showing good strength now. This is nice work from Shabalala. He's anxious to take it on. The 21-year-old running into a bit of traffic, keeps his composure well and gets the pass away here to Vilagazi on the near side. Tries to beat his man, maybe should have looked for a pass into the middle, and in the end concedes the throw in. The Chiefs are playing with renewed energy now, and Al Masry know they're in the game. And here's the man who scored 4 times this season, scored in the last 2 league games, Flavio da Silva, man who was born in Bissau, the capital of Guinea-Bissau on the west coast of the continent. Here you see, should have maybe taken the shot first time. In the end, Chiefs were able to get defenders in the way, and Miguel doing really well to make that block. And Eduo should have maybe taken the shot initially when he had the opportunity. So De Silva on, man who was signed from a club called Persebaya in Indonesia in July. As I say, scored in the last 2, scored against Durban City and against Orbit College. And just providing a little bit of firepower up front as well. Here's Mugisha, the goal scorer. Captain Hassan Ali, who hasn't been quite as busy in the second half, although he is a man who likes to roam. Eduo. Ali again, wide to Al Sadawi. Crowd, well, they were very buoyant for about 5 minutes when their side was leading 1-0. They've been kept a little quiet now with that reply goal from Dylan Solomons. I think if you'd asked the most vociferous of Chiefs supporters who was going to score Chiefs' goal today, I don't think Dylan Solomons would have been top of the list in anybody's list. But that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Chance, real chance here, and Sobi doing really good work defensively to stop the run. Still about 20 minutes, 19 minutes plus stoppage time to come. And this game is up for grabs. Sometimes you get a slow burner in football, it takes a while and then suddenly sparks to life. This is very good defense from Sobi. It's been a regular at the heart of that defense throughout the season. All played into the center, looking for Velibaye, but Chiefs have got now some Real fresh legs on the park. Tele playing it forward. Solomons, he fancies himself as a goal scorer, goes into a good position, but instead Mfundo Vilagazi goes for the curler and hits it just wide of goal. I must say Solomons, well, Solomons thinking that he might be like buses. You know, they say the buses never arrive and then suddenly you wait forever and two come along at once. He's looking for his second goal in the game. He's not playing as a defender. He's upfield. He's looking for opportunities. And Coach Khalil will be very, very happy with the way his side have responded to going behind in the way that they did. Bradley Cross. He's had a good game, Bradley Cross, defensively. Made a vital block in the first half as well. Sobi. Interesting that the opposing coach has made no changes as yet. He's going with the same players that started the game, whereas Chiefs duo coaching staff have made 3 changes already. Was Velebai one of those changes? He's a man who's been looking forward to this trip. Recently signed from Cape Town Spurs. A lot of paperwork, a lot of boardroom decisions to sort out that transfer. And it went in favor of Chiefs. They were allowed to sign him after a long and protracted courtroom battle. Cape Town Spurs saying that he was still their player. But because Spurs were relegated, that clause fell away and Chiefs won the case in the boardroom and were able to sign Velebai. And he's come on here as a sub and a chance to play in a CAF club competition. Sobi looks wide again. Chiefs well organized this time defensively. Renewed vigor and renewed energy in their step. Aleraki runs into trouble. Now there might be something on the breakaway. What's available here for Flavio de Silva? Looks for support out wide. They've got a few big men up the park now, Chiefs, if they can make the stick. Brave work from Tele trying to win the ball, and he has done so, but that's a sloppy pass. And now Chiefs might be exposed a little bit because Hassan Ali's got space in which to attack, and he's got wide men on both sides. 14 here is Hamada, the man who earned the penalty. Ali tries the shot. Well blocked. Comes back now. Mugisha pulls the trigger from far, but wasn't on target. And it looks like there's going to be a substitute. Al Armouti has already scored once this season. He's going to come on now. And also Ahmed Yusuf, a striker. So they're going to make a double change here. They're bringing on a right winger and a striker. As we approach 75 minutes in the game, those changes, I think, are not going to be allowed to happen yet. Referee says play on. So let's see what Chiefs can work with this attack. They've got the ball wide here. Vilagazi playing as an inverted winger and doing some really good things now. A lot of energy, a lot of pace. Again, he's trying to do a Solomons here. Goes on the outside, then back on the inside, looking for a way through. Good defense from the home side. So this game is very, very much alive. It's exciting now. 15 minutes to play. Each side has scored. And the double substitution coming up shortly for Al Masry, Ojen.
Arbone Abderrahim Hela akona ko boaka de Camarako Flavio da Silva Arbone Flavio da Silva Sochalo ko pankeng lim fundo me banna bala bedi bay me ko se jaro kwante Kunika Samigala mo sira jagam lungom nyama Harbe laga kire Bradley Velebai, Asanele. Aba mapapa simo serganye. Aba banatso no chano kore terkadira di petugo. Oba laila kore bakadira chano di petugo. Ne kapteni wa kochwa. Amba ko chalo le likawana la Abderrahim. Amba ko le Ali. Ali Hassan.
Substitution for Masry SC. Player number 20, Kengesli, is replaced by player number 15, Ahmed Al-Armuti. Player number 8, Hassan Ali, is replaced by player number 10, Karim Bambu. تبديل فريق المصري خروج اللاعب رقم 20 كنجسلي ونزول اللاعب رقم 15 أحمد الأرموطي. خروج اللاعب رقم 8 حسن علي ونزول اللاعب رقم 10 كريم بامبو.
جدوزي شبالا ومخلا جالو كاراتي سورلانا مي غدر جالو فتو دي بيدي لكوانا لا احمد يوسف خامخلا وحيدي باتيني مي عبد الرحيم جخموم لعلي حسان باتويلي نعم خو خام تتو كلا مزرغاني aba patele sega bisecha ko mofacha lo karate surlona de kawana li arbo de chalo munu suwanno muna yo boka ko Rwanda libe khale li trinyo abikala khajana arbo de chalo de kawana el satawi kala chips bakona ko busa ko marako akile barwa motonoka kakotoko arbo batadira mo khilinya otsaka bako sala de tedi khileta nankoti a chips esa sirele se faita nanko yo khileta ikoti Flavio arato haka bukhale Flavio lego tabuga chalo lebele se tabuga chalo Ox Ndio tai Flavio Ox Arbone Pinika Aisimula Chalo Komara Gomo Brendan Peterson Lebella Brendan Ela Bakona Busa Komara Lemeno the Manasaj Tabotele Romela Pilete Papele about somebody could take a serious Habdi. Una money, Tabotele, una body channel, Kawanala. Me Tabotele, Watwa, Satwa Dira Jalo, Neletano, Nabata Jalo, Kawanala da Silva, Juduzi, Watwa Lene, Lebu Mabuye. Lebu Mabuye. Kamago Chalo, George Matro. Arboneri Petro, Sebatari Tisa Momotame Congo. Bayrumela Little Roquafele, Arbone Chalo, Rocha Chalo Monam, Rocha Chalo Calabella, Bautana Sola Tene, a Jew. Ababona Monaga Toko Fela Kunika Valhone. Batele Seba Kokota Fela Chips Bahana Bula Komaraho. El Sawadi.
Substitution for Kaizer FC.
Arbone Chalo Kawana, then Nomugadeshi, Kopana Chale Hamana.
Player number 6, Libohan Maboy.
Rakabale Kakala.
Player number 21, Tabu Sili, is replaced by
Yago Chalo, Dylan Solomons. Ora Mutarganya, Piletergatia.
اللاعب رقم 21 تابو سيلي ونزول اللاعب رقم 22 جورج ماكرون.
Lebo Maboye, George Matro, no Tobali Suore, Kibone di Petro di Pedite, Africa Bora, Scapas Africa Bora, the Kaizer Chiefs. Aweta Kile Komarago Brendan. Hela Ichotega Quantel Sawadi, we are Kile with Samigala. simolla kwa morago metsotso e le robongwe gore mogwangwe yo borwa ka kwano a di tla fela ka tselentseng jaana kgotsa bangwe ba tla tlhaba ba bangwe ka lerumo le tla tsaya lobaka go fola ga le kitla le fola bonolo ga re ne letile mo metsotsong e le robongwe ya bofelo Sobi Baba dira phoso bona jalo Mfundo bona Vilakazi a ka ithuma ngwana yo a ka ithuma ba ba sireletsa kwa morago bona ithumile Mfundo Vilakazi Arbona Chiefs toss simola golwa le kawana la Mugesha ona le George Mato ona jalo le George Mato ona khorometsa jalo le bo Maboye ma se tlhako mo ditlhaeng amma se tlhako mo ditlhaeng ba itlhomile khwile Dylan Solomons Hakimu itse ka dithago le bo Maboye Hakimu itse thata jalo ka dithago tse di telele sa di ba emeletse mo tshimologong ya motshameko balatedi ba setlhopha se mme ebile ba nkgopotsa ba fa ga isiwelele ka mebala e ba e apereng a re bone Dylan Solomons Mfundo Vilakazi a goga fela e thula le bota kwa morago Hawks na roja ka motaile mme se motho a betaile tota Mfundo Vilakazi Hasanele a ba goga ba iatlarela kwa morago gamdi ba mo leka ba le kgakala jaanong gamdi merete wele ya dipone di tshubilwe Mirete wele ya dipone di tshubilwe ke yone nako a mahutsana ye nako ya kutwa botlhoko mo kgweleng ya dinao fa le sa ikatela le a go di gama le sa di tlhapela fa le sa ikatela la go di gama le sa tlhapela fa le tla bonya le a go lla sello sa masetlapelo la go lla sello sa masetlapelo la go na mo kutwa botlhokong fa le sa ikatela Sobi ba isimolla kwa morago go leka go tlhasela Chiefs go tswa kwa matlhakoreng fela go pole magoko a me a gore fa o sa ikatela o a go di gama o sa di tlhapela re romela kwa pele a re bone fela Chiefs ba sireletsa mothetso ke metsotso le metlhano ya bofelo Michael o tla garela le wena metsotso ya metlhano ye e le 1 Chiefs 1 El Masry
5 to go plus stoppage time, OJ, and it's going to be an exciting 5 minutes. Both sides going for it by the looks of things. And Chiefs having to concede a corner here. And there's also going to be a double change. El Shami and Abdul Khair are both going to come on here. Abdul Khair has been a regular squad member of the team. And they're freshening things up. Temine, who's the leading scorer of the players who started the game for them, he goes off. Hamada, the man who set up and earned the penalty, goes off as well. And it's a corner here with 4 minutes to play. This could be a very, very crucial play in the game. In it goes, ball bobbing around in the box, and it's gone into the net. What's the referee indicating? Is he allowing the goal to stand? He's got his arm outstretched. I don't think it's going to count. Well, the linesman seemed to have his flag up, but the celebrations are being carried out here by Hashem. The referee, I thought, has stuck his arm out and was indicating something, but it looks as if the goal is going to be allowed to stand. So a real smash and grab here, late in the piece for Hashem, his first goal of the season. And the Green Army are delighted. Well, you don't normally make changes before a corner if you're the defensive side, but the attacking side made changes here. The ball bobbing around. Miguel kicks at fresh air, and the ball just bounces loose. And Hashem is the man who has the easier tap-ins, takes the deflection on its way in as well. It's cruel luck on Chiefs, who were certainly improving in terms of their performance from the game. So for the second time now, they're going to have to try and come from behind, and they haven't got much time to do that. But they are trying here and immediately trying to respond, trying to find De Silva, and still on the attack. But the move breaks down. Was about to say that the youngest player on the field just wide. De Silva getting up there, looking for his third goal in 3 games. An influence on this game, so near and yet so far for Chiefs. And now the goalkeeper will do everything he can to try and take time out of the game. Is it a genuine injury? Is it not a genuine injury? He's going to try and slow things down a bit, because Chiefs are responding well to going behind for a second time here. And goalkeeper Hamdi, who's 32, he's been around the block a few times. Just have a look at this. It's a good corner from Dechmum, played into a dangerous area of the field, and Miguel can't clear, and it falls rather fortunately to Hashem, who has the easiest of it. And for the second time today, the coach is on his knees. Men's out of the game. Now it looks as if the coach wants to make a further change. He's got one change left that he can make. Well, that was the foul originally that the Al Masry players were complaining about, that led to Solomon's goal. But look how brilliantly Solomon's does. Goes outside, then inside, and then picks his spot beautifully. The goalkeeper didn't even see it coming. Didn't even make the dive. Didn't make any effort to stop it. Solomon's, with what I make, is only his second ever goal for Chiefs. And now Mansour, who's the centre back, is coming onto the park just to shore up the defence, and Dechmum is the man who's going off. He's had a brilliant game. Dechmum has been involved in pretty much everything. Definitely Al Masry is taking it beautifully.
Player number 13 is replaced by player number
So there's the confirmation. Dechmum off and Mansour on. How much time will be added here? As we confirm that substitution for you. Really good game for Dechmum. Looks a quality player. I think as he gets more people taking note of him by virtue of the fact that his side have qualified for the CAF Confederation Cup, I think there might be some big offers for him from some of the bigger clubs. Looks a really good player. 5 minutes to be added on then. And can Chiefs grab a goal back? Will Al Masry get a third? Lots to sort out here. George Matlow wanting to get the play moving quickly. Now Bradley Cross. Tetwa. Chiefs need to move this ball forward. They need to move it forward at pace. But Al Masry have a good defense shape here. They've never won the Egyptian League, Al Masry. They have, however, won the Egyptian Cup in 1998. But they played in the Confed Cup a number of times in the past 8 or 9 seasons by virtue of ending high up in the log. Last season they ended 4th in the log, and that was good enough to get them into the competition this season. The Chiefs have won multiple trophies, most recently the Nedbank Cup, putting an end to that trophy drought. They really want to have a good run in this competition in Africa. And to start with an away loss would be a crippling blow. Next week they've got Zamalek at home, and they need to get something from that game, you feel. It's been a decent performance from a Chief side who are missing so many players as a result of injury. They came back into the game, but then from a set piece, they conceded a rather soft goal, if truth be told. Is there still a sting in the tail? Here's Solomons, who fancies himself to do just about anything today. He's getting involved in attacking sorties, doing some defensive work and doing everything. Maybe Chiefs must just give him the ball. See what he can do. 2.5 minutes of stoppage time already played, 2.5 to play still. Here's Matlo. Goes inside to Mtetwa. They need to move the ball forward quickly. Mabue. Good strong run from him. That's nice. Miguel just urging a little bit of calm. Floating it forward. Looking for one of the front men. Ball's in the D, and when it's in the D, anything can happen. Trying to find a way forward here are Chief. Solomons gets it wide, takes a nice first touch, plays the ball back into the area, and the goalkeeper comes and commands with Bradley Cross arriving just behind him. It's good goalkeeping, and Hamdi goes to ground, as goalkeepers are wont to do, and takes a few more seconds out of the game. It's all tactics, it's all showmanship, but it's all strategy. See the chest down from De Silva, and they're just trying to find somebody who can get on the end of that. Solomons plays a good cross into the area. Goalkeeper needed to come for that because he had Bradley Cross just behind him. In the tail. Referee's going to have to add on this time as the clock ticks. Well, Al-Masry look as if they're going to start their group campaign with a win. They're a side who often get out of the group stage in this competition and then lose in the knockouts. Here's the incident again. Solomons with a cross, and Cross unable to make the contact with the goalkeeper jumping just in front of him. So for the Green Army, the Green Eagles as they call them, Al-Nosur Al-Khoder in Arabic, which means the Green Eagles. The time is pretty much up on the clock, but they're going to have to add on probably a minute or two for the stoppage. No doubt he'll be talking to his idol, Tunisian coach on the other side, Coach Khouki rather, after this game. And they'll be sharing their thoughts. The sides, of course, still have to meet again in South Africa later on in the campaign. But for now, the Green Eagles are almost home and hosed. That's the goal again. Moment that separated the sides for the second time. Coach Khouki is up and jumping. Well, I thought they were called the Green Eagles, and that's why. It's a very impressive looking eagle. You don't want to mess with that. So we're in the 7th minute of 5 to be added on, but lots and lots of stoppages. There's confirmation of the score at the Stadium Suez. Al-Masry SC 2, Kaizer Chiefs 1. Still this hold up for this head injury. This is unfortunate, and players from both sides being very sporting as commiserating with the player who gets stretchered off. course, all the substitutions have now been made, so they can't replace him. Looks to me like Abdul Khair is the man who's going off on the stretch. He's only been on the field for a few minutes. Well, he looks as if he might be making a remarkable recovery here. Is he able to walk? Doesn't look in the best of nick. And of course, they've got a match against Zesco coming up away from home next week. How much time will the referee still add? Probably about a minute or so. So Chiefs need to make it count, and they need to do it now. Just knock the ball upfield and hope that it finds your own player. But Al Masry are managing this well, just taking the ball into Chiefs territory and getting it as far away from their goal as they possibly can. Well, the referee gives the throw the other way, so Inacio Miguel looks frustrated. He got a yellow card earlier for protesting with the referee. Of course, he kicked at fresh air to allow Hashem to tap in that goal. We're in the 9th minute of 5 to be added. Can't be too much more time. The whole bench of Al Masry are up and waiting for that final whistle to celebrate with their teammates. Still, the referee allows play to continue and gives a free kick to Chiefs. So it's now or never for the visitors. They need to get the ball moving quickly. The drum is beating in the crowd. This is it for Chiefs. They can't afford to dilly-dally. The ball's got to go forward. Surely here, route one. That's the tactic here. Look for the front man. Look for De Silva. Picked up now by Cross in the midfield. Mabue. Tetwa. Referee still letting play continue. It was a lengthy stoppage. Now Quinica has Solomons out wide if he wants to pick him out. He doesn't. Ball floated forward by Miguel. Cross tries to make contact. Ball is cleared. It's anxious stuff here as both teams wait for the final whistle. Chiefs with their eye on the potential sortie upfield. Referee looks at his watch and blows the game to its conclusion. It's a game that came to life in the second half. It's bad luck on Chiefs. They gave it their all, particularly in the second half, and with the introduction of Vilagazi.